Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shayne Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Wait.
Never not funny. Damn. The classics hit so good.
So where do you think morality comes from?
Oh, it's a really
Is that a good question?
crazy question.
That's a funny question. Let's make that funny.
morality. Well,
Do you think morality comes from your mother's side or your father's side? Definitely, probably your mother's side. I don't know.
What do you think morality is shame, or is it?
It can be. I think that's a good way to trick people. A lot of that's the idea of religious guilt and stuff. Is if you don't want people killing each other, say it's immoral to kill.
Sure.
Hypothetically. Like, if that's part of your morality, because I'm getting deeply philosophical and open. So if you have a bunch of people killing each other because they're like, whatever, it's not part of our morals, then you create religion to be like, hey, if you kill people, if you do bad things, then you're going to get raped in hell for all eternity. And they're like, oh, man. That tricks a good lot of people into not.
But is morality fear, or is morality the inherent sense that something is wrong? Because it's not moral to not jaywalk. But if you think you're going to get arrested for jaywalking, then you won't do it. But that has nothing to do with your morality.
Oh, laws and morality don't line up ever.
I know, but you obey laws out of fear.
That is true. So
morality isn't fear. If religion says don't kill people because demons are going to clap your cheeks in hell.
So it's not real morality.
Exactly.
Okay.
So where does morality come from? Morality is when I look at a little kid and I go, all right, I know he's 4, so if I just punch him in the face as hard as I can, this is wrong. Even though there's a part of me that just wants to full speed take a running start at him and just fucking clothesline him WWE style, you know what I mean? Have you ever seen like an old babushka man, like an old Russian dude in our neighborhood, and just thought, what if I full speed tackled him through the window?
No.
I think about that shit all the time.
I don't have those thoughts.
Oh, dude, I do all the time. Dude, I just think I can't tell you how many weird. I think. Do you never think about pushing people on the subway?
No. My thought is, what if I get pushed?
I always think too.
What if I get in a fight? What am I gonna do? Or like if a crazy guy gets on the subway and starts like, all right, if he starts punching an old lady, what do I got? How many of us can take him out?
Yeah.
How many times can I get stabbed? I think it's that very high school. I think the quintessential moment is when you're sitting in class bored in high school, and you're like, all right, if there's a school shooter, how am I going to save everyone in my classroom so I can fuck the hot girl that I have a crush on?
Dude.
She'll be like, my hero.
I'll stop him, and then she'll just be like, I'll wake up in the hospital, and she'll be like, I'm here, and then she'll suck you off.
Why, if morality isn't fear, why can't it be also desire to get something good? A good outcome.
Because morality, I would imagine, my personal thing is, and listen, I'm not like a philosophy guy.
No, this is the dumbest philosophy.
Yeah. So I think morality it has nothing to do with risk, reward. It has to do with an innate feeling of what is right and wrong. So I guess it has more to do with empathy, but I guess not even that, because empathy is about, I don't want to hurt your feelings because I don't want you to feel bad.
But what if you do want someone to feel bad?
Dude, I do all the time. I'm very petty.
Oh, man.
Dude, revenge feels good. People who are like, if you get revenge, it's an evil cycle. It's like, no, I'll get revenge so hard that that's like how mob bosses stay in charge. You just revenge someone harder than they could possibly revenge you. You up the stakes to the point where they're like, I'm out. that's the whole like gang mentality. If they bring fists, don't bring a brick, don't bring a knife, skip to guns.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah, if they bring guns, bring bombs. Like you just have to like up the ante every time. That's why nuclear war is inevitable.
Inevitable?
Yeah.
You think we're gonna get nuked soon?
If we don't disarm, eventually someone will nuke someone. It'll happen 100%.
That's one
I
of
mean,
my...
we've already done it, kind of.
What kind of?
Well, we atom bombed, but which isn't the same as a nuclear bomb, but it's close.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the precursor. I guess there hasn't been nuclear weapons used on a peoples yet.
No.
That's one of my arguments for. People are like, are you prepared in New York for like if shit goes down? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, we just die. What do you mean?
What do you mean? Like, because out west, you're like, okay, if the grid goes down, we have enough food for 3 weeks, and then we can start a garden. We got food storage. We got all this. And then like out here, it's like, no, if shit goes down, it's going down here. We're going to die. You're not going to survive.
Yeah.
Then morality really goes out the window.
True, absolutely. We just go crazy. Yeah, out here, people ask me the same thing. Like, do you have like a plan? It's like, yeah, immediately die. Immediately just go. People who are like, have you ever read stories about a guy who's like, yeah, he joined the Navy, but he couldn't swim? No. It's like, yeah, dude, if the ship goes down, I just fucking go down with it, baby. There's no, we win or we die. There's no other option.
Well, it's like every zombie movie you've ever seen, there's like 5 people surviving.
Yeah.
And then everyone else dies. What makes you think, what are you doing in your life right now that makes you think you'll be one of the 5?
Dude, my favorite thing is when people are like, what are you doing to prepare? And they're like never in good shape.
Yeah.
You're like, what do you think so you think all your canned food and your weapons are you can't run 50 feet, bro. You're going to die immediately. There's no, like, none of that helps. That's my favorite when like militia people are like, you have all these guns, I'll fight the government. It's like, you got to jog to where the government is to shoot at them.
That is a good. That is
like you gotta.
That is a good strategy. Just be like cardio and be like, I'm leaving. I see him running.
Yeah,
I'm going that way.
Yeah, dude, it's
the
so easy.
The best fight strategy is to just run.
Dude, have you ever seen? I've seen a few fight videos like this where like a fight breaks out and like some dudes try to jump a guy and then that guy runs and everyone's like laughing or yelling and talking about it and then he like comes around the block from out of nowhere and lays someone out and then just keeps running and you're like, whoa, he came back around and then he escaped into the night. Like
whenever
that's him. You should be him.
No, whenever I see a fight video, I know exactly who I am. I'm the guy sitting with the headphones, not moving. Just I become part of the like scenery, and nothing happens to me.
But people are fighting around you, and you're just like putting your hand up as you're listening to music.
I'm just like
not even.
Let me finish my burrito. I have no stake in this.
There's those Denny's fights when everyone at Denny's is throwing tables, and there's one family just like, I guess we just got to eat our Grand Slam still.
Yeah. Well, because there's the opportunists that are like, they're like stealing wallets that have fallen out or like shoes and running off. And then there's the people who are like, there's also opportunists who are like, there's a fight. I can fight now.
Yes, I've been all of these people.
I'm like, if someone's not already attacking me, then I'm just gonna stand by. I don't. Even if my friend is in a fight, I'm like, all right, well, what did he do? I need the full story.
The full story. I'm the exact opposite. As soon as I can't tell you how many times we've been in a fight and then afterwards had a friend be like, "Yeah, I was in the wrong on that one, but thank you for having my back." Like, damn it.
No, I'm like, that's because that's America and England and Australia. They're just like, let's get them. Where I'm more of a, what's one of our allies that sometimes helps?
Canada.
Canada,
every once in a while they'll be like, all right. Like Vietnam, they were like, we want no part.
Yeah.
I think, but then, there's been other times where Canada's like, we're in on this. Australia's ride or die. I'm Australia.
Yeah.
Australia. People don't know that Australia's literally fought in every war we've been a part of since World War I.
Do you think they're just like, wait? Do you think they have secret Australian lobbyists to be like, yeah, let's go to war with Iraq just so we can get out there, so Australia can get some more wins. We just tag along. They're like the little brother to America.
Dude,
just tagged along to fight for the love of the game.
They fucking love it, dude. They're out of control.
They're
riding kangaroos into battle.
They're over there on the eastern part of the world talking to China and Russia, and they're like, I don't know. I've been talking with America. They've been talking some mad shit. You guys, you didn't hear from me. And I don't want to start anything. Why do you keep tweaking my levels?
I'm just turning it down a little because you're louder than normal, which is nice.
No, whatever.
It's good to see you emoting.
No, every episode I gain a little more power.
Yeah.
And I lose a little more weight.
And I lose a little more power and gain a little more weight. You're slowly siphoning my life force.
Good. I can't wait till you're 230 pounds.
Dude, we're going to switch.
That'll be fun.
It will be. Hopefully I'll be strong, but...
You'll be fat and covered in tattoos. The worst of both worlds.
Oh, dude. Action Bronson style with my little feet.
Actually, Action Bronson, he's done it. He's so fucking cool.
He is cool, and I bet he fucks.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Well, maybe not, actually. I think he's probably too full of food, but he lives his best life.
Yeah.
I don't think he doesn't seem like a womanizer.
I think he is like both of us.
Yeah.
Where he wants to love, but also his heart has been broken, so he's like, I'll just fuck now. I'm gonna Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know anything about him. I just know I listened to a few of his rap songs, which is very machismo, and he has some very heartfelt ballads.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard that one where it's with Chance? It makes you want to cry.
No.
He's talking about like an ex. He's like, he has some lines. My favorite line of his in a rap song is, "Fuck you. I hope you die, bitch. I'll love you forever."
Oh, wow. Deeply relate.
And I'm just like, fuck, that is... I felt that.
God damn, dude.
Actually, I don't think it's I hope you die. It's like, fuck you, bitch. I'll fucking kill you. I love you forever.
Damn, that's so real.
Should listen to some Action Bronson.
That's so real.
He has some real heartbreak.
Dude, I can't wait till just one more heartbreak and I'll get the size of Action Bronson. And I'll just give up completely, dude. I can't be fat and tattooed, and that's too many things.
No, because if you're fat, think of all the skin that will expand, and you'll have more room for tattoos.
That's not how that works.
Yes, it does. Have you ever written on a rubber band, and then you stretch it out? Do you know about that?
Yes.
Do you know about the secret code? How you stretch out a rubber band and you write on it with a pen. And then you let it go down to normal size. And
then you shoot it at your friend, and he looks at it, and he goes, "What? I'm gay?"
Yeah.
And then the teacher goes, "Let me see that."
And then
but his pea-brain teacher mind can't handle it.
A little pro tip right there.
Yeah. If you're in high school listening to us, as long as you're 18.
No, I don't care if you listen to us.
Yeah, I wonder how many kids listen to us. I know for a fact someone who's 14 listens to us because they're my friend's kid.
I've always wondered. Well, that's one of the questions in pretty much any art form, but especially when you're talking about sex and violence and just horrific ideas and doing free-form podcasts. It's like, I wonder if my kids will listen to this one day.
Dude, yeah, you are going to have a bunch of kids.
And they're going to listen to the podcast and be like, oh, what the fuck, Dad? And I'm like, don't say the F word. It's bad. Sex is also bad. Bury all your emotions. Now let's go to church.
Do you have any names planned for your kids?
Yeah, Bartholomew.
Really?
That's going to be my first son's name.
You're going to name him Bart after The Simpsons?
No, Bart after what my sister would have been named had she been born male.
If she was born the correct gender.
I don't know. I don't know if I would have turned out differently had I had a brother.
Oh, you'd have turned out way differently.
If I was an older brother to a male.
Yeah.
Also, me and my sister are 4 years apart. That's where you start not relating to each other.
No way. Me and my brother are 6 years apart. We're best friends.
Yeah, but those numbers get squashed when you have lots of brothers.
True.
So
also, we're so white. I think that with guys, it's different.
I'm essentially an only child.
Yeah, your sister's weird. You know, I'm not being rude, but just like in a way that she's very separate from anything you would.
No, she's the opposite of me.
Yeah. This is like
I am the black sheep of the family. I feel like in a good way.
Yeah. No, I'm the black sheep of my family too. All my siblings are like really tight with, you know, one of my parents, and I'm sort of just like out here doing whatever.
Oh, yeah?
I don't really have any extended family who talk to me or.
I'm just saying, it's pretty stupid to say you're the black sheep when you live in New York, talking to a podcast and making podcasts, trying to make all your money, just being like, "Look at me, everybody."
What do you mean? Are you saying because it's obvious or because I'm not?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, what were we talking about?
We're talking about, I don't know, something about morality. We never figured out what it is.
It's a tough cookie to crumble. I need to read more philosophy books.
Yeah, me too.
Now that my power levels are growing.
What do you think of, what's a moral belief you have that you don't think other people have often? Do you have any like moral stuff where you're like, what the fuck? No one's on board with me on this?
So what's something I could say that would get a lot of people angry at me?
Yes.
That just so implicate myself right now.
No, I'm talking. It doesn't have to be like a moral negative. It could be a moral positive.
Yeah, but if
you're
it's
like, listen, I don't think. Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. I have an example.
No, look,
if
it's not with the majority, then it's going to be a bad thing. Because
I say unpopular things all the time.
All right, what do you're going to expose me? You have one for me?
I thought about one just now. It's not even that bad.
Right,
I don't even know if it's moral, but it's just how you're just like we should kill everyone who litters.
That is a good one.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you on that. I remember when you told me that, and I was like, I would vote for that. I was like, yeah, let's kill everyone who litters. Let's fucking do it.
Dude, I'm getting angry just thinking. I don't know what happened to me as a child where it just makes me so furious. It's literally the smallest amount of like I don't know. I feel like it's literally like the least amount of effort to do the most damage. You're like, hey, everyone else in the world, blah.
Yeah.
Now it's your problem.
Dude, I love have you ever seen those Chinese viral videos where people litter and then Chinese people like throw the litter back in their car?
Yeah, I don't like those videos because they're not doing enough.
Oh,
in my fantasy, dude, I want to train like an MMA just to like when I see people litter to be like, pick that up. Pick that fucker up. And they're like, no. And then just immediately, like, you get one warning and then they don't do that. I immediately start just fighting. I want to go to prison for fighting people, for like assaulting people for littering.
Dude, you truly are so. Every time I talk to you, I'm like, Mac is slipping farther and farther into eco-terrorism.
Yeah.
Like, it's not long before It is weird, though, because you're so on board with eating meat. You have a lot of like vegan things where vegans are just like, ooh, but then you're like, you don't care about animals.
What's wrong with eating meat?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with
eating.
I don't think there's even anything morally wrong with eating meat. I think that there's something morally reprehensible about factory farming.
I agree, but also, have you eaten Popeyes?
Yes, that's the problem. I try to lessen my impact by eating less meat and I've been doing an okay job, but I could do way better than I do.
Vegans are just applying the argument of where does your cell phone come from, but to food.
No, yes, but
owning a cell phone does way more damage than eating a hamburger.
Well, firstly, no.
Yes.
Secondly, there's a
One,
lot.
The psychic damage to your brain. There you go. You're hurting yourself. Two, the miners who have to mine all the child. I'm gonna go with child slaves because their hands are so small they can mine better.
Yeah.
They can pick up the small minerals.
Lithium you can only mine in that one place in Africa.
Yeah, and then also the child hands to make your phone so small.
Yes,
that
a lot
build
of
your
children.
phones. A lot of child slaves. So I'm saying it's more morally reprehensible to own nice technology than it is to eat a hamburger.
Here's the thing. A lot of vegans, it's like, but owning a phone is like non-negotiable technically to be a part of modern society. You can say you don't need one and you could get away without having one, but kind of not really if you're trying to have a real job and be a part of real society.
Yeah, and if you want real energy and to be part of a real society and grow real muscles, you're going to have to eat some meat.
But a vegan's idea is that they can do things they can live in a world presumably where they've voted and done what they need to lessen the impact of the damage of making a phone. But there is only one way to not make animals suffer, and that's not to eat them, according to most vegans.
You know what I think most vegans are? And I don't have a problem with it. I think they just think animals are cute. They have that switch flipped in their brain where they see a cute animal and it does something to them.
The empathy.
No.
It's called empathy,
No.
Mac.
You know, I'm talking like baby animals that make like girls that they go crazy. They're like, oh, it's so cute. And
That's empathy.
Look, I understand when something's cute.
But you don't care just like I don't care. Like the other day, people were like, put on cat fail videos because they're silly. They wanted to see cute cats. And I was like, that does nothing for me. I could give two shits. Like, listen, when I see a puppy, I understand, like, oh, it's cute because it's just a little dog. It's like, but it brings me no real joy. Like, I don't care. It's like, I
don't know. What I'm saying is I don't care that it's cute. I do want to play with it. I do want to, like, mess with it and like rile it up. That's my thing with animals is I love riling up dogs. When you go to someone's house and you're like, oh, their dog's so calm right now. Well, here I come. And you start making like weird inhuman movements that they're not used to. You start like moving your elbows sideways.
No, trust me, I remember
when you shift your legs funny and just like you do a weird walk towards them and you like jut your head forward and back and the dog just like looks at you like, what the fuck? No. And then you start shimmying.
When we went to Corinne's birthday party and all her friends had dogs and you were making them all insane. It was like everyone is like talking, having conversation. I looked over and you were by yourself in the yard spinning a dog holding on to a rope. And I was just like, what the fuck? Mac, there are like women here. Come talk to, like, come do something.
Yeah, but I can't rile up women the same way.
Oh, you can.
I mean, not in the pure, wholesome way that I can rile up a dog.
You just cut to me in a yard spinning a woman in a circle holding a rope. Dogs are great.
But also, we eat dogs.
Some people do.
I know. That's why. So, I don't know. I want to try a dog once.
Yeah,
what if we're missing out?
I've had it.
Have you?
Uh-huh.
What breed?
I don't know.
See, that's the other question is what if different breeds have to taste better than other breeds?
Yeah, for sure. Just like different breeds of like just elk and deer taste different.
What do you think the best dog breed, the tastiest dog breed is?
I don't know.
What's the really foldy dogs? They have the foldy skin. The layers. They look
oh my god!
They look like
the droopy dog.
They look like a melted ice cream. Not like a bloodhound, or maybe you know what? Maybe the droopy skin dogs would taste better because like they're like if you deep fry them, the skin tastes better. Oh my god!
I think like a fat Jack Russell Terrier probably fries up like rabbit.
Oh, see, that's too game. No, I want
I want to eat Wishbone.
No.
Solve it, dude. They're like, hey, Wishbone's supposed to solve a mystery here. And you and I are rolling a thing on a spit. And they're like, are you about to eat a gopher? And we're like, yes.
No, Wishbone. See, you pick too normal of a dog. What am I thinking of?
I don't know. What do you mean pick too normal of a dog? You pick the dog from Looney Tunes, motherfucker. Like, what do you... you pick too normal of a dog. I ate America's sweetheart Wishbone.
Wishbone.
No one feels good, dude. Air Bud. He just ages out when we eat him.
I think a golden retriever. What is this type of dog?
Oh, fuck. I don't even know.
Do you know what that one is?
No. It doesn't look... By the way, everyone...
Or does it know?
I only tried dog because it was offered to me. I didn't sit down and order it. Someone was like, just to be clear, someone was like, hey, would you like a bite of this? It's dog. And I was like, no fucking way. And they're like, yeah, my dad brought it. And I was like, all right.
You were in another country, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was. I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll try it. And I tried a horse also.
Horse?
Yeah, I tried horse while I was in Europe.
People eat horses. Well, that's like common in Europe. Is they have like?
I don't know how. Yeah, it is. It's like some restaurants they just have it, kind of like how some places in America have buffalo.
Well, no, I was thinking like I think there was like a controversy in like England or somewhere in Europe where they're like, hey, these McDonald's burgers are like 40% horse. You have to disclose when they're above 35%.
35% horse?
Yeah.
Dude, horse girls eating McDonald's just feeling powerful for no reason. Oh, I feel so fucking good.
A Shar-Pei.
Oh,
That's the dog. I want to eat a Shar-Pei.
Damn.
I think they would fry up nicely. Their skin fat.
You know what I would like ideally, and this is really cucked and not even funny, but I truly wish that we could just grow grow the perfect meat in a lab and not eat any animals.
What are we talking about? We are doing that now.
I know, but then
have you had the Impossible Whopper?
No, but the second part hasn't happened yet, where we don't eat any animals.
I think the way they do grow the meat, it is quote unquote ethical, but like the way you start the meat. I can't remember what you have to do. You have to like it deals with like some weird witchcraft and stem cells and like growing like a small child but not all the way, and then taking
it's like that episode where they grow in South Park where they grow Mr. Garrison's penis off of the back of a rat and then shave the penis off the rat and attach it to him.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Dude. But do they really do that? Grow body parts on an animal, and then they're just like, "Here's your ear. It's on the back of a mouse."
No, but have you ever seen? Have you ever seen someone's? What am I thinking? Have you ever seen them like redirect blood flow? Like if you have a big hand injury, they'll sew and like there's not enough blood, or like your arteries in your arm are too damaged, but they want to like save your hand. They'll just sew your hand to like your stomach or leg, and so you'll just be. They'll just route your blood, your circulation system a different way to keep your hand alive.
I've never seen that. That's fucking crazy.
Dude, doctors are wild.
Yeah, dude, they're just
medical
hacking.
science.
They're just guessing sometimes, just doing wild
they're
shit.
They're not even guessing. They know what they're doing. It's just the human body it's a machine.
It is funny how complicated and how simple it is all at the same time. Where they're like, we got to keep the hand alive because no blood is getting to it. And the doctor's like, well, the blood will have to go through it if it's sewn to his stomach where more blood is. And everyone's like, it's just crazy enough to work. Dude, doctors back in the day were... Imagine being a doctor trying to figure this shit out. It's so scary.
No way. Being a doctor back in the day was awesome because you're like, well... You're gonna die, so do you want me to drill into your skull? It might cure your cold, it might kill you, but we'll learn something along the way. And the guy's like, well, I'm 28, I was gonna die in the next 5 years anyways, so let's do it. So lab-grown meat, cultured meat, is a meat produced by in vitro cell culture of animal cells. So even lab-grown meat still...
No, it's animal cells, whatever.
Oh yeah? That's not vegan in my eyes.
But vegans aren't crazy like that. That's like your idea of a vegan.
You know what?
Real vegans don't give a fuck about that.
The only vegans I ever had an interaction with were the vegan girl, the PETA girl.
You're lying.
In high school.
Diego and Mike have been on the podcast, and they're both vegan.
What?
Yeah.
I need to make some calls.
Yeah, I mean, vegans buy the Impossible Whopper, which is made at Burger King, which also supports factory farming. So vegans are clearly willing to make concessions in order to like do the best that they can. Well, my whole vegan is going to be like, oh, it's animal culture.
My whole point of being alive as a human right now is we're all going to hell for being born and just existing.
That would be so funny if God was just like, you bought cell phones? Did you not know about the tiny hands?
Yeah, they told you.
Hell for all of you.
Guess
you
what?
Fucking maniacs.
The only people who went to heaven are the children who died making those cell phones. They are kind of innocent, and a lot of them were bad kids too. But I gotta let them in.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's like, the wars America fights. This is just America. Every country is guilty to their own extent. Do some research. I'm not going to go through your own history's culture. But being in America, you're just like, oh yeah, so all the wars in the Middle East, all the oil, blood, all the cell phone stuff.
Yeah.
Well, at least we have a bunch of like TV shows to watch and are winning the culture war.
Oh, dude, sorry about all the sorry about all the collateral casualties we caused in Iraq and the power vacuum we left that allowed ISIS to kill hundreds of thousands of people. Anyway, Big Bang Theory, new episode, everybody. Yeah. It's like not worth it.
What is there a race or culture that is completely innocent?
No.
Of like, I'm just saying, like,
I've genuinely tried to look, and I'm sure there has been.
What about like those African tribes that only like hang out, like those tribes that hang out in like even the Amazon or like on desert islands?
They fight each other.
Yeah, but they're not wiping each other. I guess they do.
They do. The only reason they don't is because they don't have the means.
We should give nukes to those small
those
small tribes of like 20 people. Dude, how fun would that be as a science experiment to give guns and like, hey, what do you think of this?
Jesus. Dude, I was reading a story about this South American tribe. This is a long time ago that I read this, so I might get some of the facts wrong, but there's a South American tribe and they were warring against another tribe. And of course, these people are like living for lack of a better term, primitively. That's not to say that it's negative or positive.
That's the term.
And just some people are so weird when you talk about like native peoples who aren't like modern. Anyway, so they're
Wait, real quick. Have you ever heard that we should cancel the term savage? Like where it's like, oh, that guy's such a savage. Like if he's at the gym or because it's insensitive, and it's just like,
okay, well then we'll cancel the term queen because it can be used negatively also.
No, it's just
we're not.
Stupid. You're not calling them savages. You're calling them primitive. Like they live in huts like we used to do, which also we should all be doing.
I agree. Yeah.
Anarcho-primitivism is the true answer.
We should all be Ewoks.
We should all. Think of who's happier, you listening to this podcast right now, or Ungduk fucking his 10 wives in the middle of a hut. It's 6 p.m. There's no electricity. It's all dark. He doesn't even know who he's fucking.
Dude.
All the children are in a different hut.
Yeah, that sounds fucking tight.
Dude, that's what we're meant to be doing.
It truly is. I mean, listen, literally everyone who like lived with or deeply encountered the Native Americans or other native tribes, especially the Native Americans, they were in the sweet spot between
they got to fuck their cousins but also didn't have technology killing their brain cells.
Yeah, they
right?
were like,
is that what you were gonna say?
They're the most advanced society with the least amount of technology. So they were. I truly believe that they were in like, this is exactly how people are supposed to live, and they were in the exact sweet spot of technology.
So do you think
horses actually ruined it? Because then the Lakota and then the Empire of the Dying Sun, I can't remember what they were called. Not the Crete. Anyway, they like conquered fucking most of the, like these two tribes just smashed the fucking United States and the Apache, and they used horses to do it. Because the Spanish brought horses here. None of the tribes had horses until the Spanish showed up.
You got me thinking, if having the least amount of technology, what'd you say?
They had the most amount of society with the least amount of technology possible.
Yes. What the exact opposite right now of that would be like being like backwoods redneck with access to Facebook. Just like being on the technological forefront, but also like going to Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, the Native Americans truly did it right. I mean, and they had a lot of bad things that they did. For 100% sure, but that's just humans in general. But yeah, so everyone who encountered them was like, "This is the shit. Like, I want to do this." I mean, there was a ton of tribes that like integrated Westerners into tribes when it was possible, and those people were like, "No, this is the way to live."
They defected from the, what would you call that? White man society.
Yeah, and to be
Western.
clear, There were a lot.
They defected from Western society and went even more west.
Yeah, exactly.
They went so far west.
Yeah.
That the West caught up and they're like, this is too crazy. You're just living in tents and smoking pot?
Yeah.
Or I guess tobacco?
Yeah, they were just
the real tobacco, the stuff that got you high.
They were fucking tight. There's a ton of people who like got taken prisoner that ended up getting integrated into tribes, and then they tried to rescue them, and those people were like, send me back. Fuck you, send me back. Do it now. And to be clear, there were a lot of natives that defected to our side too, which is how we ended up beating them in the Native American Wars. But
I was gonna say maybe every person's different, and we should have some states where a bunch of people live in tents and do drugs in the woods, and some cities where people work 20 hours a day selling bitcoins, and you get to choose where you want to live.
Oh my god!
You just pick up and.
Can you imagine if you could pick? They're just like, okay, Montana's for people who want to live in teepees and hunt and just fucking and just vibe.
What do you mean? Can you imagine if you want to pick? You can,
but you can't.
You literally get to pick your.
You can pick as an individual, but I'm talking societally.
Oh,
there's a difference between being like Shayne, am going to go live in the woods, which I think about all the time.
Everyone does.
I genuinely could do that right now. I could just never come back. It would be great, and I'm not joking. I think about it often. One of the only reasons I don't do that is because I yearn for love in my life, like a big dumb fucking idiot.
What if you'll find love in the woods,
dude? Maybe. Anyway, so yeah, dude, I'm not kidding. If a girl was like, hey, I have as much money as you have, let's just fucking buy some property and like call it. Let's just call it right now. I'm not joking. I genuinely might do it. I say girl, it could be anyone, but you know what I'm saying.
You
Girl's
don't have
just my
that
default because I grew up.
You don't have that much money.
I know. That's why I need her or him.
You guys are gonna die.
Get at me. Anyway,
you're buying 1,000 square feet in the middle of the desert.
Hell yeah, dude. I would rather die happy with someone living my anarcho-primitivist fantasy. Listen, I'll keep the Zoom recorder. We could do the podcast.
Yeah, no, I'm changed my point of view. I want to die. I want to explode. I want to be the next Jeff Bezos.
You know, if we moved to Fillmore, where I grew up, right now, the podcast is making enough money that it would pay for our rent by times 3.
Do you know if we moved to Japan, we could both get jobs and pay almost half of our rent? I don't know how.
Would never work.
What's the most expensive place in the world to live?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It's probably like San Francisco.
The United Arab Emirates?
Oh yeah, Dubai probably has high rent.
But anyway, it might be here in the United States also. It might be San Francisco. Fucking knows. I don't know, man. What were we talking about? Native Americans and how they're great. It was Indigenous Peoples
No, you were going to talk about. You were going to talk about.
Oh, they were warring.
Tribes.
So anyway, there was this tribe in South America, and they were
Singapore.
They're
Hong Kong.
Nice, there it is.
Tokyo, New York. Oh, we're 4th.
Damn. So they were arrowing each other, right? And the way tribes go to war, they don't really go to war as much as they're just like constantly dueling.
They're picking off each other. They get caught lacking.
Exactly. That's what happens.
So if you stray too far from your buddies and you get an arrow in the neck, they got you.
100%. And the way a lot of people don't know how how arrow combat works, it's kind of a duel. People are running around trying to hit each other. It's almost like having a rock fight. I don't know how to explain it.
It feels like it's just night games or paintball.
Exactly. That's what it feels like.
You get killed when you get an arrow to the face.
Yes. So like I would only say once out of every 20 fights does anyone die. So this one dude who had been a tribal person and then left the tribe for modern society, he was talking about how one day this guy came, like some South American dude came to their tribe, and he was like, someone got arrowed that day. And they were all like crying and having this big funeral, this whole thing, and they're so sad. And he's just like, your tribe is not that big, and that guy got arrowed? And they're like, yeah, he got arrowed hard as fuck in the chest, and he died. And then that dude went up to this guy who's writing the article, and he's like, hey, you want something cool? And the guy was like, yeah. And he goes, here. And he just gave him a rifle.
And then, like, how many rounds?
I don't know.
You can't just see the problem with that. You can't give him a rifle because You'd have to teach him how to clean it.
Well, he showed him how to use it. I mean, it's like an AK-47. You just spit on it and it works, dude.
But eventually you run out of ammo, then it becomes kind of
You don't.
useless.
How much ammo do you need, though?
Look, if I have an AK, I'm gonna need a couple, maybe 20,000.
Oh yeah,
rounds.
when you're fighting guys with bows that have the range of like 30 feet. Like,
yeah, I'm going to be out.
Dude. So anyway, he goes out to do some fighting the next day, and he was like, I immediately killed 3 people.
Why did he give him the gun? Was he like friends with the guy that got shot?
Yeah, he like came to visit the tribe, and someone had died in the tribe that day, and so the traveler was like, this is fucking terrible. I can't. And he kind of just like took sides of the tribe just based on.
Fucked.
and then so he's like, so that tribe just got. So he just went up to this kid who just became a warrior, and he's like, fuck your bow. I want to show you what we are up to out of here, not in the jungle. And he gave him a rifle, and that kid said he went out on a war party with his new rifle, and everyone's like, that shit's lame. It's not even gonna do anything, blah blah blah. And he immediately killed 3 other warriors and just like devastated the tribe that they rivaled against.
Yeah, they're a tribe of 10 people.
Yeah, no, yeah, and he was just like, I immediately killed more people than I have. My KD went up exponentially. Like I had the hacks, and he was just like, that's when I was like, he was just like, it was so absurd. It completely changed the culture. Like they all had to stop warring because they were just like, well, we can just come kill all of you right now if we want. Just one gun, one rifle with 30 bullets was like, my tribe owns your tribe now. And that's how like crazy the modern like weapons and way of war and and it was just like, he was just like, it fucked me up so bad that I was like, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go see what. So that dude came back to visit the tribe, and he's like, hey, take me with you, and he left.
The kid who killed?
Yeah, but he left the rifle with the tribe. Oh
my
so
God.
The tribe was like, we have the rifle, get fucked.
I was gonna say, but the tribes were peaceful after.
The other tribe conquered the other one.
Oh.
And like they had to like give them food and women or some shit. I don't know how it works, but I mean just one rifle, and that other tribe is just like, God damn it. So there's a part of me that's just like, sneak in and kill them but they have the rifle, so I don't know.
Got a rifle.
Dude, it's just I mean, so simple. Though, I mean, on the flip side, the United States government was like, hey, Native Americans, we have guns and armor and steel swords, and you guys are using bows and arrows with fucking bones. We own this continent now. And the Native Americans were like, yeah, come try. And then it was like 100 years of the hardest war the United States has ever fought later. Like, literally, the Native Americans accidentally sparked the real World War I. The French and Indian War was so absurd and so hard fought, and fucked up the British and French Empire so much because the war was so brutal and crazy that they started fighting each other all over the rest of the globe. Like the Native Americans everyone likes to pretend like they're like peace and love, and like, dude, those guys, no one fucked harder than those guys.
No one peaced harder, and no one fought harder.
No one. The Native American way of warfare literally is the blueprint for modern war. Like guerrilla warfare and the way they do it is how all modern armies fight.
Yeah, they probably got that idea from smoking peace pipes.
Dude, they just get super high and think about, wow, what's the coolest way I can kill these guys tomorrow? Yeah, man. They fuck shit up.
That's why I hate the argument when people are like anti the Second Amendment. They're like, well, the military has F-16s and you want an assault rifle? I'm like,
yes.
If enough of us have horses and assault rifles, you can't bomb us all.
It's very well, yeah, that's real. I used to use that argument like the drones, what are you going to do against a drone? But the reality is like the Taliban has only rifles and they win all the time.
Yeah.
They win all the time. They beat Russia straight up.
Also, you just shoot the drone operator. Then what? What are you gonna do?
Dude, yeah. Yeah. Just a rifle. It's all you need. just that one rifle, you can conquer a tribe. You could conquer the United States. It is so crazy that some guy who used to design tractors accidentally designed the weapon that like controls the known world.
Who on what is his name?
Andrei Kalishnikov.
Yeah, didn't he?
He wanted to design farm equipment,
but then his hand was forced, right?
Yeah, the Germans had the Stormgewehr 43 or whatever, that assault rifle they invented.
He's like,
and then the Russians were like, "Fuck this stupid thing, let's do it better." And he was like some farmer, and he fucking designed that new rifle, and that rifle literally controls the world. I mean,
they're still making it.
It's they made it in 47, and it is the rifle that it changed everything. For the rest of human history, that will be like the benchmark moment that was like, wow. So just anyone can pick this up and fucking wreck house, huh?
Dude, the first time I picked up an AK and shot it, because you're like, oh, this is a big boy gun. This is like because around, for anyone not into, we're gonna go into gun talk now. Cause you see Americans, we all have the AR-15, and I'm talking to people with no gun knowledge. It's the AR-15 has a lot of powder behind it, right? With a small bullet.
Yeah.
And the AK has a big fat fucking bullet with a lot more powder behind it.
Yeah.
And you think it's going to like kick like some rifles can, and it shoots smooth as butter. It's scary.
So
how
easy.
big the bullets are. How easy it is to shoot, like just fully automatic, just like how easy it is to stay on target. How it's scary, that gun.
Yeah, dude.
Like you can literally hand it to a kid in a little tribe.
Yeah, and he can just
And
go
be
out
like,
and
"Hey,
fucking
just
be
don't."
like, I own your tribe now.
How like robust it is.
Yeah.
But whatever, the AR you can put it, that's like Legos. So
Yeah.
if you're autistic for guns,
Yeah.
you can build your own.
Dude, the AK-47 is a fun gun.
I want to buy a bunch of guns someday and just bury me with a bunch of guns, and so someone can
You want my John Wick moment after? So when you die,
Whoa! I haven't seen those movies.
oh, so you're gonna eventually, because you haven't had sex in a long time, you're gonna have sex with a woman. You're gonna nut so hard that you die.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna bury you with all these guns. And then when it's time to write a book about fighting the United States government, in that book, I'm going to dig up your grave, and I'm going to open the casket, and your body's going to be all fucking gross.
Dude.
But it's just going to be lined with guns, and I'm going to be like, thanks, Mac.
Why would you even put my body in there? Put like my ashes.
Like,
in
don't
the
even
coffin.
have you. It's just only guns.
Just like it's a closed casket funeral. He's too ugly. And then I don't know why more people don't bury cool stuff, do fun stuff for your funeral.
Dude.
You only die once. I showed you that video, that mariachi band
Yeah.
at that one funeral.
Oh, yeah.
Where there's like 100 people around and maybe 10 people are sober, and the band is just wailing, and that's how. I've been to too many boring funerals.
Funerals fucking suck. They need to zhuzh them up.
Yeah, there should be. Everyone should. Here's what I want at my funeral. I want everyone to throw something into the casket.
Yeah.
Just whatever. If you want to throw stink bombs, if you want to like playing cards or whatever you think of me,
I'm gonna beat off into your casket.
It would be gross, but if you beat off beforehand and then like snuck it in,
No, everyone has to watch.
that'd be cool. I think that's what I want for my funeral. I want to be buried with a bunch of stupid shit that people throw. If you have trash, like if you candy wrappers in your pocket, like don't throw that away. Don't make that litter. Put it in my casket. I'll take it
with trash.
I'll take it. Do some service,
Dude. Yeah,
but also you got to be buried with treasure too. I think everyone should be buried with treasure.
Really, I don't want to be buried. I want a funeral pyre.
What is that? Is that the Viking fire?
Yeah.
Why? There's no treasure hunting.
No, it feels good. Well, here's what you do: you can take my ashes and then put them with treasure and put them somewhere else.
And then sink the boat with the treasure on it, so scuba divers can find the treasure.
I could be like a Viking king. I guess I didn't want to assume that I was a king, so you can put all my belongings on the boat with me because these are mine. They go into the afterlife with me.
Yes,
and then you also just go ahead and throw my wife on there.
That's how they used to do it.
Well, yeah. No, they didn't use to throw the wives. Usually they'd have like a volunteer, like an attendant in the afterlife. But that's actually, no one knows if that was regular Vikings or if that was one particular tribe that Ibn Fadlan watched.
Do you think a lot of people say you can't take anything with you when you die?
Yeah.
What if your credit score follows you into death?
Like, no, I'm in trouble.
Why wouldn't it? Right?
God's just like, you also cannot have a house in heaven. I'm like, damn.
I mean, God's just up there doing whatever, but the other angels are like, how is society going to work in the afterlife? People are going to be like, look, we already have your credit score from on Earth. Why don't we just that'll be your start off points of where you're at, and here's your heaven credit card, and then you fuck it up immediately.
Dude, I would, if I could have credit in heaven, I would be spending it right now.
What if you are?
I don't know. I guess that's a good point. What about my hell credit card?
What if you're playing both sides?
Yeah.
Then you dip into purgatory when they both come for you.
Exactly. I'll just live there.
How many things do you think you could take to heaven with you? Do you think billionaires have found a way? They have to, right?
Like, take their enormous wealth into heaven.
Why wouldn't you? If you have that much money, I'd be researching it. You know how like the Nazis were like, all right, we know aliens and Bigfoot aren't real, but let's research a little bit. Let's divert a bit of funds.
I want you to take some of my ashes Bigfoot hunting.
All right.
And sprinkle them with Bigfoot bait.
Bigfoot bait?
Yeah. And try and get Bigfoot to eat me.
All right. I've heard the secret to what Bigfoot hunting is.
What?
Apparently Bigfoot is really sensitive to electromagnetic like anything electronic, cell phones, cameras.
Nice. So if we go record this podcast,
Bigfoot won't be around.
Oh, because you can't have.
Yeah.
I thought you meant you have it and he's attracted to it.
No. It's like those people that have electromagnetic sensitivities. They can't be around cell towers.
So you have to use a film camera to capture.
That was my idea. No one's tried to take like an old hand cranked film camera, like the one that first caught him. The one film. Yeah. That's my Bigfoot idea. If you're out there, if you're a Bigfoot hunter, put away your
bullshit.
Yeah, I'll put away all your Facebook shit and this podcast, unless you're listening to us on vinyl.
Yeah. Press this podcast.
Well, no, we're going
vinyl.
to. We're going to put the greatest hits on vinyl and sell them.
Are we?
Why not?
I just love the idea of just like someone having like a girl over or whatever, some guy, and he's like, this is my vinyl collection, and she's like, incredible, let's see what's on here, and it's just like us doing fucking Asian vampire or whatever bit, and she's like, what the fuck? Why aren't there any Asian vampires?
Dude, we could do a pressing of the greatest hits.
I don't even know what our greatest hits are.
You just said one.
Neil Armstrong. They went to the moon to fuck each other. She's like, I'm leaving. I can't.
Because it was still illegal to be gay in the 60s.
He goes to accidentally put on Frank Sinatra, and it's us. I can't believe people have sex to the podcast.
Yeah, well, I can't believe people have sex to anything.
Hey, if you're having sex right now, pull out.
Don't pull out.
Yeah, no, wait. We gave two different orders.
Do you listen to who you believe? We're the devil and angel on your shoulder.
That's so funny, dude. Pull your dick halfway out. Stop moving. Play dead.
Mm-hmm. Why are you giving orders to only the man?
What? Firstly,
if you're
women can have penises.
Okay, but
yeah, what now?
If you have a lady vagina, wrap your legs around him so he can't escape.
Oh, that's just nice.
Sometimes.
I like it. Well, unless I'm not trying to have a baby and you're trying to. Have you ever had someone do something crazy like that to you?
Is that
rape?
Is that? Yeah, I was gonna say
yes.
It's tying your leg. But
yes. If I say I don't want to come inside you, and then you wrap your legs around and say "come inside me," I want it, which is a thing that has happened to me, and I'm literally like, no.
That's the thing. Women's legs are stronger proportionally than a man's.
So scary.
So they can hold on to you if they want to.
No babies.
Oh, whatever.
She was doing it as a joke, though. She let go.
Oh yeah, she raped you as a joke. I wonder how that would hold up in court.
Well, I was like, I'm gonna come. I was making a joke, like I'm gonna come, and then she was like, "Oh, are you?" And then she like held me down, and I was like, "No, what if I was really gonna come right there?" And she was like, "I knew you weren't."
Oh.
And I was like, "All right," but still, I was like, "This is all very close to the line here." But you know what? Sometimes sex is like that. It's right up against the line.
I think the closer you get with someone, the lines begin to blur, but you know exactly where they are.
Yeah, that's fair.
I told you I Louis C.K'd my girlfriend at the time a bunch of times, and we would laugh about it. This was before Louis C.K., or maybe it was right during.
I mean, listen, I've done stupid things it's you know, you say you like make a claim like I'm gonna beat off on you while you're sleeping if you keep
and then they're like
acting like that, and they're like, do it, stupid bitch, and you're like, all right. And then they wake up in 2 weeks, and you're like,
and no, you wake up and they're doing it to you, and you're like, no.
Literally. Dude, I've never dated someone who does cool stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm always the one like doing things. Everyone I date is pretty passive.
Well, you need to date cooler people.
Goofballs. Yeah, I agree.
It is fun goofing around.
It is fun goofing around. I agree. Goofing with sex is like the perfect.
Committing sex crimes with your significant other with consent.
With consent. Yeah. It's always so funny.
So yeah, I don't know. Where are we at?
We're almost done.
Is that what we're ending
We're about 5 minutes.
That's my advice: is don't litter. Bigfoot is real, and do sex crimes with consent to each other.
Hey, if you want to hear us on Patreon, I'm what is it? Patreon.com/cowboyboys.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
There's an extra episode in addition to every one of these since we started doing it.
Yeah, and we haven't missed, and we won't. What do you think? If we had to miss one, do we just upload the Patreon and not the reel, or do we upload the reel and not the Patreon?
I would just upload the real one, and then on Patreon I would upload it in reverse.
Ooh.
You know what you do? Here's what would happen is when there's like a deadline in college.
Yes.
And the deadline's 12, but you started writing your paper at 11:55.
Mm-hmm.
You intentionally. There's websites that'll do this, but if you just know how, you can do it. You can corrupt the file. So you name the file, you corrupt the file, then you send it in. Your professor is asleep. He's not checking papers right now. And so, although a lot of professors have caught on to this, and they're like, if your file's corrupted, then that's too many people have exploited this, and you just get a fail.
Yeah.
But I would reverse the episode and be like, oh, it's playing in reverse. I must have clicked the wrong button. I'll fix that in a couple days.
Yeah. Wow, you're really going to buy us time.
Dude, I could buy time.
Hell yeah. And the Patreon episodes are great, and you will
But they
love
do
them.
come out. We've never missed them.
Yeah, they do come out. We don't cheat you. But yeah, for $5, you can have 4 extra episodes a month. And with that money, eventually Mac and I will go live on farmland in the middle of nowhere and give up on everything.
I'm going to live in Vegas.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'll drive.
So
I'll drive to
control.
do the podcast.
Dude, I've genuinely get closer every day. When I start touring next year, depending on how it goes, I'm just going to be like, you know what? This is enough, and just call it.
How much money? I want you to make enough money to fly me out to do the podcast once a week, and I'll live in Japan.
Oh,
I'll just fly.
Why do you want to live in Japan so
I'll
much?
fly 18 hours twice a week, I guess, to and fro.
Not that I don't want to live in Japan, but
why wouldn't you want to live in Japan for a little bit? I want to live in like Russia for a little bit.
You know what? I'm with you. I get it. I kind of want to travel and live in some other places. So
why don't? Yeah, why not? Why not? live somewhere for a few months instead of visiting.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I've done it. It's fucking tight. All right, everyone. So patreon.com/cowboyboys. You can see both of us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Shadozer, twitch.tv/Dr. MacArthur. Right?
You don't know?
No.
All right.
All right, everyone.
That is that.
Review us on iTunes.
Do whatever. We're online. We're on
Yeah,
Twitter,
we love you guys.
Instagram, macarthur.xyz.
What? Dude, your website never doesn't make me laugh. Why does it make me laugh?
What about it?
I don't know.
What it's named or what it is?
All of it. The whole package.
How jealous are you that you have to have a shitty professional, like corporate website?
Whoa, wait. We could bookend the podcast.
Oh my God. That was good.
That was gross. That was Mac, everybody, by the way.
That wasn't.
That was Mac, dude. You fucking nasty ass.
If you, I'll upload this podcast in stereo.
It's never not funny.
There it is. That was rank.
Okay, everyone. All right, yeehaw.
Yeehaw.